Hey, it is 12/21 patch day. Pandaemonium normals have just been released. I just went to Old Charlie and I could see the quest right here. Over by Valdesian Annex. As of right now, we've got our 570 Tombstone on the left side, our 580 Heidelin weapon, and our 580 Zodiac accessories, and one tome ring. And this outfit is from the Thavnarian Super Fate. And this is Nimgigi. It was really easy to log in today. It was 35 in queue, but the patch has been up since 1 a.m., 12:30 a.m. And I logged in at about 7 a.m. PST. Ish. Really easy to get in. The Crystal from Beyond. You're gonna get a ton of nines. Ton of nines. Hey, it is 12/21 patch day. Pandaemonium normals have just been released. I just went to Old Charlie and I could see the quest right here. Over by Valdesian Annex. As of right now, we've got our 570 Tombstone on the left side, our 580 Heidelin weapon, and our 580 Zodiac accessories, and one tome ring. And this outfit is from the Thavnarian Super Fate. And this is Nimgigi. It was really easy to log in today. It was 35 in queue, but the patch has been up since 1 a.m., 12:30 a.m. And I logged in at about 7 a.m. PST. Ish. Really easy to get in. The Crystal from Beyond. You're gonna get a ton of nines. Ton of nines. I don't know why that popped up, but it did. It appears my calculations are correct. I knew that at this very spot I would encounter none other than the hero who saw us through the final days. Let's see what this is. So certain was I of my math that I stood here for. Let's not concern ourselves with that. I am Nimgigi, assistant to one Professor Claudian. We work with the Aetioscope to observe the ethereal sea and delve into its myriad mysteries. Some mysteries, though, are beyond even our capabilities to unravel. The strange crystal we but recently discovered, for instance, defies our very conjecture. You've been to the center of the star and far beyond it. However, we do hope that you may see something in this crystal that we academics do not. I beg you lend us your well-traveled eye. At Aporia, Professor Claudian will be eagerly awaiting your arrival. Let me feed the cat. footsteps are so loud. What would they be? Sound effects? Aporia. I must admit, I've been nervous about this meeting ever since Gigi set out to find you. For research in my field, there's no greater an honor than to meet the first woman in history to traverse the ethereal sea and return to tell the tale. The professor speaks often and at length of your deeds, but he has no small number of achievements of his own. He has peered deeper into the ethereal sea than any other Charlian, and the breadth of his knowledge is peerless. Peerless, perhaps, but for a single woman, we must seize this precious opportunity to learn what we can from her, and perhaps crack this conundrum that has stumped the three of us for moons. It was we who peered into the fathomless sea from the antitower and the Dravanian hinterlands. There we spoke with Heidelin and learned of the fate that would befall this star in the final days. Soon thereafter, all research was moved to Labyrinthos, and through the Aetioscope did we continue our vigil. As impressive a work as the device is, however, it could glimpse but a fraction of the sea's infinite depths. Which brings us to the matter at hand. Not long after the Exodus was declared, we recovered an unusual crystal shard during a routine observation. It appeared before us suddenly, as if propelled to the surface by some unknown force. We found that it possessed an ethereal density that exceeds that of normal crystals by orders of magnitude, and its shape resembles nothing which occurs in the natural world. It was made, not formed. Unfortunately, that was the extent of the information we could glean before we were forced to turn our focus towards the Exodus. The crystal was very nearly forgotten amidst the sudden upheaval. But thanks to the efforts of a certain someone, that crisis is now behind us. We are free to resume our research. I was wondering how they were going to do this. Thus did we decide to seek you out, the dauntless adventurer who delved into the unknown and beheld its innermost secrets, and now we would have you see for yourself. Here is the crystal in question. If it resembles aught you've encountered before, even by the smallest degree, please say so. Uh-oh. Who is this? Memory abides within this crystal. I know of someone who bears a similar crystal. I know of many people who bear a similar crystal. As I thought you do know what this is. Please, tell me everything. Poor Asien that got forgotten. I see. The Asians use these to transfer the memories to new vessels. Fascinating indeed. It was plain that this crystal was special somehow, but this revelation surpasses even my considerable expectations. Some of the artifacts have appeared throughout the ages, memories of martial techniques manifested as crystalline shards on the battlefield, or storied stones passed from master to student. That's true. A comparison between said artifacts and this crystal may prove a fruitful first step in unveiling its true nature. What do you think, Professor? Asian memories. Windows through which we can gaze upon the convocation of 14. Unlike the crystal in Moon's story, this one does not bear the mark of the convocation. Who then could these memories belong to? And more importantly, why were they stored in this particular shard? More importantly still, why was it set adrift on the ethereal sea? He's trying to escape. Dun 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 dun. Elidibus's memory still trying to get home and do its job. I'm just making that up. Professor Claudian. Huh? Yeah? I'm well aware that contemplation is the key to breakthrough, but there is propriety to consider. We have a guest, one you invited explicitly. Must we do this every time? What? Yes, of course, our guest. Terribly sorry, I do so easily find myself unmoored into the tides of rumination. Perhaps a more engaging use of your time with us would be for you to take up that crystal. If indeed there are memories stored within, they may reveal themselves to you upon contact. Do they know that I'm an Asian? Or is everyone? Oh my gosh, you can't see the crystal in my little paw. It's just a sliver in my foot. If anyone, message. Come, Pandaemonium, please. Faces, grave threat, star in danger. Dude, we just rescued the star. We're tired. That expression does not bode well. What did you see? Oh, did you not hear it? Pandaemonium. It is not a word I've heard before. If my knowledge of the ancient tongue serves me, it means all demons. Not a name that inspires optimism, all things considered. In the event that another star-shattering cataclysm is in fact bearing down upon us, I would have the aforementioned examples of crystallized memory to hand. Nemjiji, Rusinod, I entrust your procurement to you. If there are more memories to be extracted from this crystal, we will find them. As for you, there's a person I would have you seek, the one who has delivered so dire a warning. Your story tells us that this crystal could very well have been made by one of the ancients. I am one of the ancients. If that is the case, then discerning the nature of this pandemonium would require a trip far into the past to an era before the Sundering. That's not possible, Claudian. I know of only one individual capable of such a feat. Me! Through someone that's no longer around. The very hero who traversed time to prevent the world's doom. What are you nodding for? I must confess the tales people tell of your adventures beggar belief, and their veracity has been a subject of much debate among peers. After today's meeting, however, there can be no doubt in my mind that every incredible exploit is fact. So you just want me to pull the past out of my behind. So I ask you now, return to the past, find out what and where Pandaemonium is, if we need to be concerned by this message. Considering it's going to be a 12-parter, I'm going to say yeah, there's going to be an issue. Thank you. For the time being, you should keep the crystal in your possession. I do not think you have seen the last of its memories, and more may be drawn out as we approach their source. Safe travels, and may we meet again soon to share our findings. He expects a lot of me. Like a lot. Journey to the Ocular. Old school. Ocular. Wrong direction. My little butt. Look at my little feet. It's gone. It's inside my hoof. If receives this message. Come, Pandaemonium, quickly. I'm not very smart. I'm just like, okay. What could happen? Oh my gosh, I've been hit over the head. That's already started poorly. Thankfully I have a stuffed elephant on my head. No. I didn't think through this outfit. I like this outfit though. Aw, it's home. Part of home. Erg. Oh, did I run into somebody? Oh, you're pretty like Heidelin. Could it be? Who are you? No, of course not. Apologies, but for the briefest moment, I thought you to be a dear friend of mine. I realize now that such a notion is preposterous. It's not Hypholodius, is it? Baby Hypholodius? She told me a falling star would appear before me, and I suppose you must be it. be told, I did not expect the expression to be so literal. Oh my gosh. I love being here. I'm okay with this storyline. Can't see people. Famous. Apologies for not introducing myself properly. My name is Themis. As you can see by my bare face, I am not one of Elpis's observers. Rather, I am come here on assignment, which has been more or less routine up until this very moment. You certainly do know how to make an entrance. I must wonder what brought you here, for it is plain that you do not belong here or any place I know, for that matter. That's pretty presumptuous. I'm Azum's familiar. Okay. Let's go with that. It appears my initial impression was not so preposterous after all. I did not know my friend had such a unique familiar at her disposal. You know, I look exactly like her. Okay, maybe not the elephant head, but you should know exactly who I am. Just a little broken. If you are here at Azum's behest, then I believe I can hazard a guess as to your purpose. You're here to investigate Pandaemonium, yes? Oh my gosh, how'd you know? If so, we may be able to help one another, but first, might I trouble you to explain how you came to collide with my skull? Ha! Well, I just appeared out of nowhere from the future? I see. I believe that dispels any major doubts I had concerning your intentions. Apologies for being so intrusive, but you must understand this is an uncommon occurrence. I agree. It's like the second time ever. I shall pry no further, for I am well aware that we all have secrets we must keep. However, if I may, I'd very much like to take a look at this crystal of yours. Oh, how'd you know the crystal? Go ahead, give it to him. It's blue. Fascinating. Well, I cannot say much as to what it contains. It is clear that there are memories stirring within. You're just a baby, Themis. Memories that speak of something gravely amiss in Pandaemonium. Is that where you put the scarier beasts? Is that where Hermes said the ones you didn't want to kill? The facility extends beneath Elpis and is overseen by the words of La Habrea. It houses those creations that are highly valued as research subjects and highly dangerous to the star. Naturally, it is strictly guarded and under constant surveillance. Naturally. How do you know? Several days ago, however, an unnatural shift in the flow of its surrounding ether was detected. Soon thereafter, all communications from Pandaemonium ceased. I am here as representative of an organization that works directly with the Convocation and have been tasked with investigating this incident. Now that there is some measure of transparency between us, might I offer a suggestion as to what we should do next? Yes. Oh my goodness, what do I want? All of these have dropped down in price, so doesn't really matter. During the course of your investigation, you may discover valuable artifacts. These can be exchanged for equipment. By speaking with Melanie in Aporia, or Dajol in Razatan. Oh. Okay, Themas. Where the familiars dare. Now then, my proposal is a simple one. Let us journey to Pandaemonium together. Our destination is the same, and I suspect the arrangement would work to our mutual benefit. Besides, I should have no trouble gaining us both access. I do hope you agree. I'd be loath to part ways from the falling star I had been waiting so long for. Oh, he called me a falling star. Originally, I had planned to conduct my investigation with the friend I mentioned earlier. La Habrea? Whew. She had also noticed the anomaly near Pandaemonium, so it only seemed natural that we should investigate it together. However, she eventually decided that it would be unwise for us both to go. If two members of our organization were seen poking our heads about restricted facilities, it could raise questions, you see. What are you afraid of questions for? I decided to go alone, but she left me with these words. Fear not, for in my absence a star shall fall before you. Well, I could not comprehend her meaning at the time, but I believe now I understand. She does have a way of being right about these things. Even so, her hints of what to come are generally more cryptic. I suppose I should have kept my gaze to the heavens. Suffice it to say that I am grateful for your presence either way. As for the matter at hand, we must first gain permission from the lords of La Habrea for entry into the Pandemonium. There ought to be a speaker waiting at the Anagnorisis. An egg? Give me an egg? Could just teleport over there, but I have this egg. Oh, pretty cute. The words of La Habrea speaker. It's interesting. What a fascinating etheric signature. Ahem. In accordance with the convocation's request, the two of you have been granted leave to observe Pandemonium. He just said two people would be suspicious, and yet here we are, two people. It's because I'm just a little elephant. Little gaja. I shall register your ether for the records. From this point on, you may freely come and go from Pandemonium as you please. Fun. Now, that was a painless process. I take this as a sign that we were meant to conduct our investigations together. We match, sort of. Of course, while you have been permitted entry into the facility, the specimens housed inside must be handled with the utmost care. You are to heed the warder's instructions at all times. So kill it? Those who conduct their work within Pandaemonium are called warders, for their role with respect to the creatures within. I'm not stupid, I figured that out. Generally, creations that pose a threat to the safety of the star must be undone. However, the words of La Habrea has deemed certain such creations as worthy of further study, interring them within the facility. That seems like a really smart idea. We probably should just kill them, though. Those who spend their days in Pandaemonium are not merely researchers. They must work tirelessly to ensure that none of their subjects slip their shackles. No kidding. For all intents and purposes, the place is a dungeon. Perhaps such a comparison arouses frightful imagery, but Pandaemonium is a frightful place. I know not the purpose of your investigation, but if you discover aught that merits report, pray do so with utmost haste. Master La Habrea shall guide us upon the proper course of action from there. Then I take it that means you have detected nothing amiss as of late. The warders have reported nothing that would cause alarm. Minor fluctuations in ether have been observed, but surely Master La Habrea would have acted if they were anything to worry about. I see. It appears La Habrea is kept well abreast of the goings-on here, then. He looks shady. I hope I'm not overstepping my boundaries by asking, but you seem to be quite familiar with Master La Habrea. Do you know him? Oh, the stories I could tell you. You are no mere familiar, are you? Master La Habrea is not known for being generous with his time, but that one would have stories of his company almost beggars belief. Regardless, while I doubt I need to tell you this, he is of the convocation. Take care that your actions do not hinder his work. And with that, we are free to make our way to Pandaemonium. The naos that will take us there is on the eastern bank of Leth. Let us delay no further. Random flying mount. Oh, he's so little. Let us fly this direction. All this water wasted. Lomats and Miltos. Hey! Ah, I have seen this rock. I had to contain my surprise for the sake of appearances, but is it true that you two have met La Habrea in the flesh? I find you more fascinating by the moment. Dude, I murdered his... Anyway, still, I shall refrain from asking too many questions. Secrets will make our journey all the more intriguing. We shall come to know each other in time, I wager. I hope not. Or else why would fate have orchestrated our meeting? Because then you might tell them things. In any case, let us be off. Truth be told, this will be my first time beholding the fabled Pandaemonium with my own eyes. Here's to a new adventure, eh? Cheers, bro. Excited to see this. Excited to kill a potential that will threaten our world. Cages? This looks bad. But as much as I feared. The speaker seemed in such high spirits that for a moment I thought the ethereal irregularity not nearly so grave a portent as I'd imagined. Alas, 'twas a feeling, was a fleeing and vain hope. To gaze upon this complex network of chains and wards, the untrained eye might not sense anything awry. No effort has been spared in making this place impenetrable. Yeah, it feels pretty penetrated. There's like, nothing in the cages. What a miserable existence, even for stupid monsters. Though clearly necessary. Even the finest of masterworks is not without its flaws, however. Someone, or something, is tampering with the protections. It is working from within, eroding them from the inside out. Gasp. No one's noticed this but us? Fear not, there is no immediate danger. I reinforced what protections I could the moment we arrived. How lucky. This will not put an end to whatever is occurring, but it shall at least serve to slow its progress. Maybe we should tell La Habrea. One small victory, though the road ahead of us is yet long. Yes, powerful forces are at work here. It's probably La Habrea. The silence in the air speaks volumes. While I did not expect a bustling facility, I see not a single warder. Our first course of action should be to seek one out, wherever they may be. Gotta rescue them. However, there's something you must know. What? Oh, there's a haunted castle. The magic I wove upon entering requires my constant awareness. That is to say, if we are forced to fight, I cannot risk joining in battle. You son of a Themis. Should I lose focus, Pandaemonium's protections will rapidly crumble before the force assailing them. Dude, maybe we should go get help. Were there any other way, I would gladly choose it, but let us at least be grateful that neither of us is here alone, trapped in hopeless circumstances. Dude, you trapped me. If we should fail to find a peaceable solution, then I hope that I can rely on your strength to see us through. You don't know me very well, do you? This request doesn't come as a surprise, to be honest. At least you received it with good humor. Rest assured, I do not mean to stand by idly while you risk your life and limb. I hope to be able to lend at least a touch of magical support. Like cures? Creation magics do have the uses in that regard. I had it in mind to use your ether as basis for illusory allies that will fight at your side. Perhaps 7 shall do. Not exactly an army, but by the looks of you, a formidable band nonetheless. I love that number. So shall it be. Now, what a wonder awaits us in Pandaemonium's pitiless halls. Me and 7 anonymous friends. Asphodelos, the first circle. Now accessible.
fun.
$5.70. Oh, you know what? I'm missing shoes. Otherwise, it should be $5.75. Should get my shoes. Oops. I got lots of money. Homes, rather. There actually is the World Unsundered. A best method of getting the most gear at the best times, blah blah blah, but whatever. Ugh, I'll save them. I must. Or Superman. What? This appears to be one of the warders we seek, but I'm afraid he is in no state to answer questions. Perhaps something. Perhaps we should kill him instead. Uh-oh. Thanks, you stay outside. Thanks for the friends. The Warder of the Condemned, Eric Thonios. Alright, Eric. Ninja Eric. I got chicken. Alright. In all your life, my twins will catch you. Alright, using his left hand and everyone casually walk over this side. I'm gonna guess that's a hand thing. Gaoler's flail. That looks painful. Oh. A right hand thing. Warder's wrath. Sounds like a pink thing. Nope. AoE. Hitless fail. Flail. That looks like... I was wondering if this is stacked. Flail again. Heavy hand. Thanks, Buster. Already at 80%. Forgot we're gonna have to fight for the few temperance. Things. He has I am red. Okay, I've never seen anything like that before. I have no idea where to go. I am blue, so I need to be on the opposite. That hurt. I have 2 stacks against me. Heavy-handed. It's oh no, interesting. Oh, I have a horsey on my foot. Temper. shining cells. So this is what we're going to be staring at for the next months or whatever. Fire, so as long as blue. I'm guessing. Fire and a hand. Okay. I don't know. That's the real flail. The swinging blue stuff. Let's go on this side. It's kind of hard to tell what his body is. I guess that person just sucks to be him. Already at 50. It's blue, switching to red. It's left-handed. On the right hand. Slam shut. So it's tapering. Or very temperance. Oh, it's this triangle thing. So I'm red. Maybe I want to be on blue? It didn't hurt that bad. I'm blue, so I want to go on red. Oh, I just noticed the emblems that's our name. Wailing. Singing. And I have no idea what color I was, but the wrong color. Hey! No, excuse me. Oh, I messed up all of it. Oops. Here, have a bubble for me. Oh, there's a reason. Heavy hand. I hate that I can use my pin there only for that I can. Shining cells. From his hand. Blue. Away from his hand. So in Savage, there just won't be any colors here. It'll be inter-cardinal. Frick that guy. Aww. Buddy. Oops, on the stick. Alien, hard to play. Alright, we've got some swinging. I don't see anything. The blue is, you know, it blends into them. So you may not think about it. Slam shut. Someone's over here. I'm going here. These people have already been at it since 12:30 in the morning. I am red, so I want to be on the blue. Colors are horrible. Thank goodness there's only 2 colors. Now I am blue, so I want to go red. He's almost dead. Hey! Super easy. And I got 2 alpharism, 40 alpharism. I have to be using my journal. That's experience lost. Pair of unsung gauntlets, greaves, rings. So what are these? Are they 590? She did a good job. You need 2 helms for a hat, 2 pairs for arms. Hey, only, oh, that's foot. 2 pairs for foot, 1 ring, fight for the chest, 4 chests, 4 pairs for pants, which means it's going to take 4 weeks to get these. Guess we're gonna be here for a while. We got nothing to do. Yeah. Oh, my bag's full again. I'll try again. Try again later. Alright, Thamus. Buddy. That was a thrilling display, and if I may be so vaunting, the warriors I spun from your ether fought even more splendidly than I had anticipated. They did very well. I suppose they were cut from excellent cloth, after all. We should wait until this man regains his senses. He wears the robes of a warder, and I would be very curious to know what drove him to attack us sight unseen. It's very rude. Look at my butt. It stirs. What came over me? It's coming back to me. My mind was filled with a storm of desperation, anger. I leapt at you, but I knew not of your intentions. That sounds so much like when people are depressed and confused. Pray accept my apologies and my thanks. Had you not knocked some sense back into me, I may have fallen upon someone less capable of defending themselves. No problem. I'd love to smack you again sometime. I am Erchthonios, a warder of Asphodelos, Pandaemonium's highest layer and the place we're in now. One must wonder why you were so desperate to keep us out. What is happening in Pandaemonium? I don't know. The creations interred within Asphodelos have been set free and stalk its halls to no end but violence. Oh my goodness. Por favor, sir. That is not good, to say the least. Has this ever happened before? No, never. Each level of Pandaemonium is under the charge of a keyword, who keeps strict control over the most minute aspects of their domain. They're selected with great care, and their loyalty to Master Laubray is absolute. Yet something has gone terribly wrong. Try as we might to hold the line, the chaos within is overwhelming. I hardly realized that I'd become separated from my colleagues. Laubray is up to no good, guys. He's testing us. I remember a chorus of whispers assailing my senses, and afterwards only flashes of rage and fury. Then blackness, from which I awoke to find that whatever had overcome me was gone. I see, your senses may have been muddled by magics that affect the mind. Perhaps the self-same ones that saw you separated from the other warders. Whatever taken hold of me, thank you for releasing me from its clutches. That you've come here from the surface must mean some word of our plight has reached the outside world. If you know anything that may help, pray tell. So I'm gonna guess this gear is either 580 or 590. Horrors among horrors. Horrors. Horror among horrors. So Pandemonium's protections are indeed being dismantled from within. By the same individual, or individuals, that released its captives and set them upon you, no doubt. Such knowledge avails us little, however we cannot ascertain their identity. Thamus, was it? You said you worked for an organization under the auspices of the Convocation. Were they to receive word of what has transpired here, what measures would they take? Why? You gonna take me out? They'd consider this place a lost cause. Pandemonium's ties to the outside world would be severed. Perhaps it would be wiped from existence entirely. There you go. I think you guys just have a giant eraser. As I thought, were the creatures to escape in the outside world, there would be untold carnage. The words of La Habrea would never risk that, despite what value the research subjects may hold. All the more reason to work with haste. If we can't expect further help, then it falls upon me to save the others. I'll not leave them behind. You would go alone? I won't leave the other warders to face certain doom. I know they fight for survival even now. They wouldn't abandon their duty. They would see the creatures returned to their cells at all costs. And so I must do the same. Themis, I know the request I'm about to make of you is a monumental one. But please, say not a word of this to the Convocation until I've been given a chance to set things right. Dude, bad idea. Forgive my rudeness, Ericthonios, but my decision cannot be swayed by emotion. You would only be consigning yourself to an early death. Strength of resolve alone cannot win in the face of overwhelming odds. I'm behind Themis, but it doesn't matter because I'm going in. That being said, our investigation has only just begun. Dude, I think our investigation is ended right here. We need to go get help. And we'd be remiss to turn back ere we've made an exhaustive survey. You guys are so governmental. So for the time being, there's slightly more than resolve to rely upon. You guys would rather just take in information than to... I need to be all eager to join us. I'm not. I think you're stupid. We're like in hell here. Each moment since you fell from the sky has been more interesting than the last. More and more you remind me of my dear friend. Which goes some way toward encouraging me that this matter will reach a satisfactory conclusion. Because Azum is crazy? You think I'm crazy? Think I enjoy going to hell? You agree to help? Skip cutscene. Keep me on that button. For the moment, our goals align. The protective magics of Pandaemonium yet hold. So for the moment, time is in our favor. Let us proceed upon the course you and Moon have set upon us. Who cares if I die? Again. Themis and Moon, yes, thank you. The warders owe you a great debt already. No doubt. We shall be glad to have someone familiar with Pandemonium's halls by our side. A party of 3 is ever such much more entertaining than a pair of 2. Now let us turn our attention to rescuing your colleagues. Perhaps it would be wise to approach the gates, in case any have followed you out. More stuff. Direct hit, crit hit, determination. I have no idea. I have crit right now, I believe. If I've melted. Alright, Eric. Under the surface. Pandaemonium normal 2. Not a sound can be heard from within, which means neither creature nor warder has made it this far. We should be informing a plan to save them at once. Forgive me if I misunderstand, but do you mean to rescue the warders and creations both? Naturally. Although they may be dangerous, they're valuable research subjects. I wouldn't see our labor, our untold hours of study go to waste. I dare say La Habrea would smile to hear you say such a thing. That is, if we had cause to report this incident to him. What the hell's wrong with you, Themis? Smile? I'm not sure his face is capable of such warmth. Oh, I can't see my expressions. So you have met him before. Well, he is his worker. I was under the impression he rarely visited Pandaemonium. I have, yes. My mentor was the previous head of this facility, that is to say, La Habrea's predecessor in the position of Chief Keyword. Her name was Athena, and she was a researcher from the words. It was she who appointed me to this position. In fact, we're gonna kill Athena. I mean, slap her. I see. I did not know there was a chief keyword before La Habrea. Your motivation to save your research subjects is not entirely driven by duty to the words. You wish to also preserve the work of your mentor. You've the right of it. I'm lacking in ideas of how to go about that, however. I'm a mere warder, and I cannot wield interment magics. But of course I can hardly expect you to be versed in the magics we use here. If you recall, during our battle earlier, I bound you in ethereal shackles. Interment is a more refined and powerful magic based upon the same principles. While both are used to keep our subjects docile, only keyword of each tier is permitted to use interment. Even if I were allowed, I lack the aptitude to use the spell to any notable effect. Fascinating. I have some more knowledge of these forms of spellcraft, actually. La Habrea himself established their foundation, if I recall. While shackles are meant to bind an object in place for a short time, interment freezes the very space around it for as long as the caster wills. Indeed, while the illusory beings that you summoned in our fight suggested as much. I see your knowledge of magic is vast. Perhaps you've already mastered the art of interment, and I've been lecturing you like a child all this time. I'm afraid my knowledge ends there. I have not the precise understanding of how the invocations interact with natural laws that would be needed to cast such spells with any consistency. While I consider myself well versed in various magics, I would be ill-advised to assume the duties of Keyword without instruction. That being said, if I were to learn more of Intermit and its inner workings, perhaps. Well, you have a warder standing in front of you. Leave the fighting to me, you guys figure it out. That's kind of what I feel like saying. Well, the solution is obvious when you put it like that. Erchthonios, you implied that what prevented you from performing Intermit was lack of magical capacity. What if I supplemented your power with my own? Would the spell succeed then? I can't say for certain. I've never heard of such a thing being done. I believe it may be in our best recourse. It may be our best recourse. That is, of course, assuming you can perform the initial rites and incantations flawlessly. Even the smallest misstep, and we would have to start over. You needn't worry about that. I've seen the spells cast so many times that their motions have been burned into my memory. I won't disappoint. Very well, let us work out the specifics afterwards. Once we do, we can test out our methods on one of the escaped creatures. But I suppose there is the matter of finding one. I would be foolish to rush in blindly lest we find ourselves surrounded with naught but an untested stratagem at our disposal. Nay, I would prefer to engage a single creature that Moon could dispatch on her own if the spell were to go awry. Great. I agree, and I may have an idea in that regard. I recall seeing the hippocampus wandering the waterways during my flight. Perhaps it's still there. Few of the subjects housed within Asphodelos are fond of water, and I believe we'll be able to engage the beast without fear of unwanted guests. Then that shall be our first target, and perhaps subject is a better term. Before we commence with the interment magics, the creature should be weakened to a sufficient degree. I believe I can trust you with that task. As dependable as ever. Once you have given it thorough trouncing, we shall bind this hippocampus with the keywords magic. Until then, my illusions shall fight by your side. The hippocampus will be alone, but it's a daunting opponent nonetheless. Its magic warps the environment around it, and it'll be at home amidst the waterways. Steel yourself for a fight. The second circle. The second circle. Aw, she's just a baby. Just hanging out in the sewer. I'm gonna multiply times 7. People that don't look anything at all like me. Oh my gosh, its neck is missing. That looks terribly painful. Mythic creation, the hippocampus. Oh man, yeah, you gotta add some skin to that creation before releasing it on anybody. Oh, I'm wasting on my. Let's say I'm wasting my. I don't even have a Winter's Tale book. It's Tuesday. I can get a new one. They usually wipe and quit. What? I'm not gonna wipe. The water is foamy. There's some suspicious looking grates here. Murky depths. Double impact, double pink buster. Ooh. Well, that is gone. Hello? Friend? Oh my gosh, that's disgusting. Spoken cataracts. I'm following this guy. My buddy. That's disgusting. Everyone's going over here. Is his head on that side or something? He's went full circle. He doesn't have that. Oh, there's an arrow. Murky depths. It's that thingy. AoE. Sewage deluge. Is that like red on the top thing though? We do well to go to higher ground. Lest the creature drown us in its rage. Let me go to the corner. Thank you. I got dropsy on me. I must have touched the water somehow. I wasn't paying attention. It's just gonna hurt. It's not gonna hurt me? Okay. Excuse me. Just like that. I have to delete Dropsy, don't I? I can't delete it. And I have no MP. Looks bad. I'm gonna go over here. That's how you decided that was too much. Parents. Someone with much pain. AoE. Us. Hello? Sewage delicious stuffy. I'll walk over here. What do I do if there's just got Dropsy? I forget. I can get them. Hey, hey, hey. Unspoken cataracts. Blood nuts. I don't see where that's going from. I have seen no people going from. right here. I've got a lot of this right now. Oh my gosh. Sugar pups. You're not seeing the mechanics as easy as the other one. Oh no, we're all dead. Sewage eruption. Not what I expected. I'm not looking outside the rain. Oh, epically failed that. Have I learned anything? I think no. Not really. Don't touch the water. Obviously. Obviously. The body is a line AoE. Front, back. Head is 180 degree. Run along the sewer grade, so let's get that out. Okay, let's bully our way through this. More damage, less mechanics. On the gates. Oh, it's creepy ass head that I cannot tell. Oh, it's just front and sides. It's head detaches. Oh, it's coming over here. Have the opposite of. I don't know. Really? Sewage. Everyone's over there, so I'll probably die. Came to give me more support. The bubbles coming out of his tummy. Predatory sight. As long as you have a friend, it doesn't matter. Oh. Yeah, I was thinking I screwed here. Ah! How come he didn't? He probably used the knockback with him, right? Disassociation. Oh, my drops are fell. Or whatever it's called. I see a head on that side of the building. On the stage. like my mom scared him. Spit on us, gross. His head just grew wings. For some reason also gross. AoE. Put my heart down. Sewer deluge. Where's my heart? Where's my heart? It's not clicking. It's true heart. Where's my heart? That's A5. Spoken cataract. They're all running over here. Oh, we should block it. Still going. Spoken cataract. Get him or not. I'm not gonna get him. 4, 3. He's on that side. Question mark in my brain. I get it. He's disassociating from his body. Can I reach you guys? Again. Double impact with double kick buster. This one and everything together. Sewer delusions. Yeah. That friendly. Cataract. Side and butt? Oh, nope, just sides. Those things are... Ah! Open cataract. That was just luck. Corner. Hey! Second try. I don't think I learned anything, but we succeeded. This poor creature. Alright, who made this guy? He has no freaking neck. All his innards are sitting outside of his body. Just exposed to oxygen. Like, whoever made it did just poor choices. Some really, really, really poor choices. He's excited. And we didn't even kill it. This creature's probably in so much pain. Little green outfit. Then you have me. Hey, another shirt. 17. Not my shirt. 20. Not my pants. Alright, I want something. Well, we don't want rings because we already have the 580 over here. Let's go for head. Yeah. I'm not be able to blot anything from this area again. Let me check. So accessories are 580 as well. I knew that you were no mere mercenary. Thanks. But to make such clean work of the hippocampus, seasoned fighters scarcely have occasion to visit Pandaemonium, let alone display their skills. Master takes all forms indeed. So you don't really need the accessories unless they're better. Needless to say, our plan worked to perfection in no small parts thanks to you two. Themis's power was more than enough to complete the interment. Spellcasting was never my strong suit. That almost made me feel like a proper Magos. Truly, have you seen your abilities firsthand in your fight with Moon? I beg to disagree. Shackles is the one exception, and it is only because I've been forced to practice it since I was but a small child. Other magics leave me feeling completely out of my depth. Regardless, it seems luck is on my side to guide me to you. We may prove the impossible after all. Tome Gear will come out in 2 weeks. Will be 580 unaugmented. Oh my gosh, why is there so much 580 gear? But then you can get it to 590. Savage gear will be 590. Alright, part 3. The Fires of Creation. Themis is pondering the road ahead. Well, our success is in sealing away the hippocampus is certainly heartening. The fact that we have yet to see any other warders concerns me. Me too. The keyword of S. Fodelos is nothing if not cautious. Doubtless he has gathered what warders he could and retreated to a safe area. Let us hope so. It occurs to me that I know little of the keywords besides their magical prowess. Is there aught more you can share? Ooh. Of course. A man named Hesperos is in charge of Aphdelos. Not only does he have thorough knowledge of the creatures in here, but he takes great pains to be a mentor to each of the warders under his charge. He has done much to ensure that I flourish here in spite of my ineptitude at magic. and I've always known him to be the sort of man who faces difficult decisions with unwavering composure. Furthermore, keywords are not only masters of internet, they can also bend the hallways of Pandaemonium to their will with creation magics. With all this in mind, I'm certain that so long as Hesperos guides them, the other warders are safe. I can see why absolute control over the environs is imperative. Had we faced the hippocampus upon arid sands instead of the waterways, I suspect the battle would have ended much more quickly. In any case, if this Hesperos is as capable and caring as you say, we would do well to seek him out as soon as we can. He has like as not taken our colleagues to a secure location. The safest place would be the innermost circle of Asphodelos. From there, they could flee to Abyssos if hard-pressed. Even should they have sought safe haven within the other circles, if we can make for the fourth, we ought to encounter them on the way. Let me guess, there's 4 levels. Indeed. Then we shall gain a comprehensive understanding of the situation with Asphodelos, which will be essential in determining whether we ought to continue down to Abyssos. The rub, of course, is that I myself possess no power to bend the circles to my will. Instead, we must proceed through the central corridor, which was barred by the Phoenix last I checked. Phoenix? I have heard the name before. A fiery bird with fire, life eternal. So I should just say Phoenix. It's baby Phoenix. Beyond unquenchable brilliance, the perfected concept boasts nigh boundless restorative powers, if I recall. Truly an exemplary feat of creation magics. Perfection is ever built on the back of failure, however. La Habrea has suffered countless missteps during his experiments. And he was hardly the only one. This Phoenix will be one of many attempts at the concept gone awry. Aye, far from evoking wonder, our Phoenix is a creature of fury and wrath, and seeks only to turn the world to ash. Thus was it confined within Pandaemonium. The development of the concept continued elsewhere. But as the moons turned, more and more researchers abandoned the project as impossible, save for La Habrea and his words. When I received word that, at long last, La Habrea succeeded where so many others had failed, I was nearly overcome. Pray tell, how did the warders of Pandaemonium celebrate their master's accomplishment? I don't believe we did. The researches of the words of La Habrea has little consequence to our work here. Save for those rare times it charges us with a new specimen. Truth be told, I don't remember anyone making note of the occasion. How dare you not have a party? But enough reminiscing, we must make ready to confront the Phoenix. Or should I say Phoenix? While it's possible that it flew off to some other wing of Pandaemonium, it would make that assumption at our own peril. Better to assume that we'll need to bring Asphodelos' most unruly subject to heel. I certainly see no reason to delay. The Phoenix's power over flame will avail it far less in a barren corridor than elsewhere. So it may well serve us to subdue it sooner rather than later. I'm like, yeah! You know, it's possible that you can get everything now. Because in the past it could be... Because obviously you get the chest at the very first one. It used to be just the 3rd and 4th circle, whatever fight. So I messed it up. Nah, I'll get... What did I get? Feet? There she is. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. A what? Like, let's just go. It seems whoever's behind this can alter the space around us at will. We face an uphill battle. I am unimpressed. Impossible. If those were creation magics at work, then that means... Let us confront that reality after we have conquered the enemy in front of us. Every drop of our focus shall be required if we are to enter the Phoenix. Don't we have to beat him first? We're just gonna ignore that what just happened? The third circle. Our gear has to go like 600. $605. Third circle. Summon you, my friends. That's actually pretty funny. All people. No one's playing the best race. Mythic creation, the Phoenix. She needs more feathers. And less heads. Should I eat more chicken? Oh no! The the sages. Game crashed. It's still pretty early in the morning. We didn't need Hydra Phoenix Hybrid. 9 AM the queue should still be good. I don't feel like people are... There's gonna be any more people for this. Easy. Pop back in. Alright, I didn't do good in the last one, so let's see. Oh, that's a bat. That's a strength yielding back. Experimental fire plume. Oh, was it AoE? I have to have. Ah! Okay, well. Experimental fire plume. How do we tell if it's in or out? It's in because I'm gonna die. Oh my. Oh, okay. Scorched exaltation. so much ow. Heat of condemnation. Darken the fire. Right, that looks like what? Oh, you're killing it with those things. Please be quiet, it's the first day, that's kind of rude. Shit. Right? I know I don't want to be anywhere near her. Or him. Oh. Should I be standing in that? I feel like I don't want to be standing in it. Personally. Oh, it's gonna place it in things that we're not going to be able to stand in. Yes? Reaper. Why didn't it scare him? Oh, little nutbags. Bird feathers. Other bird feathers. Stuff is happening. Left wing. Will there be a consequential? No? Bludgeoning blight. You know what I've been doing is kind of different people. There hasn't been a lot of darks in my parties. I've just been randomly putting it in with no problem. There are fire thingies. Other things in there. Other effective things. Searing breeze. Personal. Heat of condemnation. other one. Go opposite direction. Oh, come on! It hasn't killed me before. Thank for me, thank you. Oh, Luna. When that can't escape death thing. Oh, it's nuts. Me too, apparently. Oh. You lose? We lost. I didn't even see it. That was close. Fire. That's right, get out. Oh! Oh, so close! God, it's huge! Scorched. Pandaemonium. Darken with fire. Oh, I got one. Right wing. For him. The storm sweeps through, pouring and burning. Big ball of fire go out, multiple balls of fire rotating tails. Experimental. Stand up there. So just samurai from his position was like this. been Big Plume. Oh no! Why? Why is my temperance have a full? When did that happen? That's confusing. Makes no sense. Wait, it's not my temperance. That's not supposed to be there. Oh my gosh. Something's not right on my bar. It's not right either. This is... How long have I been doing that? It's not supposed to be... It's a tiny robot! They made the robot tiny! Aww. Seemed easy after dying that person. Hi. My heart. And we didn't have to kill anything. The worst monsters that have the ability to destroy everything. And we just simply capture it. Whence did this hellscape arise? There. Alright, something's not right in my hotbar. Oh, cutscene. With that, the phoenix is shackled once more. However, there's yet the matter of this arena. Who's gonna feed him if he's all shackled and stuff? Walk him, water him. As you've told us, there's but one person in Asphodelos with the ability to, and authority to wield such magics. Though, fortunately, it appears he has saved us the trouble of finding him. I can't look up. A contemptible display, as befits an inferior specimen. Even so, I expected it would at least delay your advance. Imagine my surprise when I saw the chains of interment drag the phoenix back to its cage. Either the bird is even more of a failure than its creators care to admit, or you are no mean trespassers. It's alright, I got my stick. We're good. I had hoped our suspicions were misplaced, but alas, it was the caretakers that took over Pandaemonium and are causing chaos. Evil, evil caretakers. Keyword Hesperus, why? Why have you brought such chaos to your beloved Pandaemonium? Pandaemonium, pitiless, impenetrable, and utterly steadfast, unlike those charged with its keeping. What has possessed you? I don't understand. Oh, Eric, Thonios, must you pest me with these inane questions? Think for yourself. Surely you can muster a theory or two with that dim wit of yours. It's a vampire, look at him. Then again, you have never been one for insight. Why Master Labrea suffers your mediocrity, I shall never understand. You're just mean. You may look like him, but you're not the Hesperus I know. Something has warped you too from the inside out. The keyword I knew, compassion for all those under his charge, be they clad in robes or shackled in chains. Was that all a farce? Did you hide your contempt for us all these years? Those who are content to merely glimpse the water's surface are doomed to be dragged into its depths. You prove my opinion of you with every word. My mind is clearer than it has ever been. Even now, seeing you feebly grasp for answers makes the bile rise in my throat. Such wasted potential. To be son to Master Labrea, yet no more skilled with magic than a newborn babe. Aw, he's your daddy. But of course, it's always about Labrea. Silence! You are not worthy to utter his name. Oh, you just said he was my dad. For once, be grateful to witness a feat beyond your meager abilities. Beyond your shallow reckoning, I have slipped the surly bonds of mortality. I have become one with our mythic creations, and rid myself of imperfections. I stand upon the threshold of God. As a Mythios shall I serve Master Labrea, ever faithful unto the end of days. And he shall require no other, if not. Are you so blinded by arrogance that you have lost sight of what it means to serve? Eric Thonius is more capable than you could ever know. It was thanks to his instruction that I was able to master the art of interment in 2 sentences. Both how to wield it and how to break free of it. Uh-oh. Don't look at me, my stupid stick. With a crown. Moon, let us quit this place. Whatever poison has corrupted Hesperus' mind, it has plain his power far eclipses our own. We must have time to gather our strength. I kind of like my stick. Humph. Weaklings though they may be, it takes a singular aptitude to master interment so quickly. To say nothing of how swiftly that familiar laid low the Phoenix. Regardless, their noble aims will be their undoing, where they fritter away their strength in calming the beasts of Asphodelos. I continue my work, even should they survive long enough to reach the heart of my domain. Not shall wait them, but doom. I eagerly await your arrival, Erchthonios. Even dullards have their uses. Uh-oh. Dark suspicions have been realized. We face the keyword of Asphodelos himself. More than that revelation, however, Erchthonios worries me. He loved Hesperos for his compassion, but received naught but scorn from whatever the keyword has become. He has said little since our return. I only hope that the shock of recent events does not prove to be a death knell for his resolve. Who wards the warders? Much as I am loath to disturb Erchthonius so soon after what just occurred, I'm afraid circumstances do not afford us the luxury of time. Perhaps it will do him well to speak about recent events concerning both the keyword and his father. Dot 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 dot. Oh, it's right there. It's okay, it's right here. Looking forsakenly out amongst the purple expanse of nothingness. It's okay, Eric. It's okay. The creation of the ward which surrounds Pandaemonium was an astounding feat of magical prowess, a feat accomplished by none other than La Habrea. That both my father and I can bind others in chains is perhaps the only thing that we have in common. That explains why he was a baby making chains, putting people in chains. Ah, so it is true. I'm La Habrea's son, bereft of his talent for magics, or his brilliant mind, but his son nonetheless. Surely this doesn't come entirely as a surprise to you. That's how all sons feel. Nay, I had an inkling when you said you had practiced ethereal shackles since childhood. Yeah. Assuming you haven't been employed here quite that long, had to indicate some long-held connection with La Habrea. It was La Habrea that taught me how to cast ethereal shackles. But that was it. My further education was overseen by the words of La Habrea, more specifically my mother, who was a researcher there. You did speak of Athena. Chief keyword before La Habrea. She is your mother. She got your daddy his job? How astute. I can see now why you were chosen to lead this investigation. You have the right of it. Athena was my mother, and it was she who invited me to join her here. La Habrea had nothing to do with it. I see. There is little love lost between you two. What I cannot see is why La Habrea was appointed chief keyword when another was already in place. Did he let Mom die? Was in place. My mother is no longer with us. And La Habrea was all too eager to assume her responsibilities with nary a moment spared to mourn her. What love do I owe him now that he offered not one drop of compassion then? Oh, we're gonna fight him. Ah, I see. She is no longer with us. An expression. The convey. To convey the end of a life. Demas, what's wrong with you? I have known only the public face of La Habrea. While he is lauded for his ability to maintain composure in the face of unnerving circumstances, I must admit that oft he comes across as cold. Apologies, but can we speak of something else? This topic isn't an easy one for me to discuss. Hand on hip. Of course, there are more pressing matters at hand after all, namely, how to deal with Hesperos. We have yet to see the other warders. Judging by what we know, we can surmise that Hesperos has confined them somewhere beyond our grasp. And now that he is aware of our presence, we'll be preparing for our next encounter. We cannot expect to face him on equal footing. Quite the opposite, in fact. Every moment we spend chasing after the creations is another moment Hesperos has contrived another advantage for himself. The wisest course would be to go find him first and foremost. He said that he's become one with the creations. Perhaps that means he is vulnerable to interment. In theory, that should be possible. However, is it enough merely to confine him? After all he has done. Let's kill him. I need to know why. I need to know what drove him to forsake everything he's worked for. Was it all truly so he could serve his master? To my mind, he's merely put La Habrea's own work at risk in trade for some nebulous power. Maybe we're testing Eric. See if he's good enough for La Habrea. La Habrea is the chief keyword of Pandaemonium. How would throwing it into disarray win his favor? It doesn't make any sense. I share your curiosity, but we must consider that our enemy has us at a disadvantage in every sense. What do you think? Should we seek to put him in fetters, or would it be too dangerous to allow him quarter? I want answers too. If you fail to confine him, you can always strike him down. Let's put him in shackles. Daring as ever, I see. I know not which trials you have faced in your past, but to see you so certain is all the convincing I need. Very well, let us try Erchthonius' plan. Thank you. I believe I can shed some light on the nature of our foe. When Hesperos spoke with us, I noticed he bore the telltale fangs of the Roccolocus, a beast which feeds off of the ether of its prey. Likely that is the creation Hesperos merged with his essence with. Very astute. We know all too well that he can change the environment around himself at will. The battle will not be an easy one, but I believe in our victory. The fourth circle now accessible.
Game on!
There is a bit of a wait to get into these parties. Do I have time to go look at this? I have no idea where this would be. I really have an idea if I walked over here. I see a butt ton of people right here though. No! Mage. 580 head. Head. try on? Oh, it's just a teeny tiny bitty crown. There you go, 580 gear. And since I already have the 580 accessories, I'm not... Well, I'll get a ring, huh? Ooh! Oh my gosh, he has a Moans outfit! Nithios Esperos. Pause.
Game on!
Pause. Oh, but this one's melted. Oh, I don't want my head to come off. Okay. Chicken! I need my chicken. Esperos. 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 Double point. Now it's here. Elegant distribution. Ooh, cape setting the scene. Fancy. Whoa. On the church now. There's a burnt cape in a hole. Oh, it's supposed to step in the hole. Oh, there's more thingies. There's a lightning rod in the middle. Defoliation. Minor AoE. Oh, it's another cape. This is so immoral. That's crazy. That's water. Everyone's still close. Oh my gosh, I was stabbed to death. Oh, 3 capes. Ooh. Got water, green, and lightning. Poison, water, poison, lightning, and the pole. And these boys are taking it to the water. This is dangerous. Poison. Oh gosh. Fuck my life, excuse me. That was fast. That's it. That's all she wrote. Either I lag or you just okay. Right from center. You're thinking, do I want to spend months doing this? Doesn't feel like Shiva, you know? Cold's gonna do something and then knock you back. Maybe? We wanted to go to the opposite corner from the map. Maybe just wait till the stick shows up. These pokey thingies are very scary. Recollection. I think that's a dodge. This is a double. Everyone is all up in its business. The water cushions? Hell skewer? Elegant distribution. Setting the scene. An axe is being knocked out. They're like wanting to knock back people. Poison. Wait. Purple thing bad? Eep. Something dangerous to stand on. Purple thing. Oh, water is up. So it's a knockback. And then green goo is get away. Maybe? Blood rate. Blown foils. Not a DPS though. I said no DPS. No, I got hurt though. And I have a a southerly ship before it's a scary thing. westerly shift. Ooh, that is a far blow. Guys, kill yourselves. We're wasting our time. The symbols at the jump points indicate the attack. Sword means come, talent means knockback. Or cape. Cape is knockback. Sword triangle ability. Ah. Look at this big boy in this big ass Unknown outfit. You know, it seems like number 3 loves electricity. Get away. Here is a map. Someone is jumping so bad. Ah! Very cool animations. We have water, dew, and electricity. And I don't know what's going on. Water, that's being knocked back. Green goo is... oh, it's AoEs. Electricity is get away. Sages are so strong. No healer, no shield. So I can be anywhere but the healer spot. revelation was... Sword behind it. Now, take another sword. Get in front of it. Hopefully that southerly shift isn't like indicated. Seems so much faster, doesn't it? With another sword behind it. Deliberate. Balls. Take each other's balls is pretty obvious. Or how they do it in Cyberpunk. This is when you kill Lahabrea in the one dungeon with his sister, you're supposed to drag the balls through him. The alternative, we can also take each other's balls. Usually we just kill the balls. Alright. Oh my. Good rate. It's an AoE. You can see what is bubbling. Connect. What's going on? Oh, is it fire? Fire. What is fire? We don't know fire. It's a stack. On water. Cool. Ooh, enemy. Oh, and electricity. Out. Spread. Oh, it's gooey. There's this bro. Alright, now should be, ceasing even we gotta get knocked back. Here, knock back. And counter knock it. Escape. Another knockback. Oh, look at the little handle of escape. Super cute. Yeah, this was way easier than 3. Didn't really die. Balls. No biggie. I'm gonna take this ball. And normally, oh fuck me. Get up here. You only have to use your knockback once. So many knockbacks, but I don't know if I hit the right button. What's he doing? Nobody took my orb. That's sad. We have beat Asphalodidus. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my gosh, look at this. Nosferatu. Awesome. Hey, you could get the whole chest. Everything is given. Dang. Alright, I'll get the chest. No. No. I'll get yes. I'm going for shoes. I know. Weird. 92. Beat me for shoes, guys. Oh, I should have gotten a 92 on that. A 12. A 12. Yeah, they're all wigging out for this thing. Fast. I wouldn't mind the ring too, though. I made my choices. Did I get the feat? And I got the Unsung Blade of Asphodelos in 8 weeks that will turn into a weapon. Or 4 weeks, who knows. I didn't get those feet. He took my feet. What? How could he? What's wrong with you? Hmm? Come on. You have a bad dream? Now, Themis, we end this here. Hand is cold, sorry. Oh, his face mashed into the ring. Fools, I will not be put in chains. Sacre bleu. To think that I would fall before one such as you? Perhaps I should have treated you as more than a mere nuisance. But I too. Despite your victory, you shall never have the knowledge you seek. Look how big he is. The secrets of my transformation, the secrets of my deception. They shall return to the star with me. You're wasting your breath, Hesperos. We have the upper hand now. Surely you can see that. Yes, yes, my repertoire is not exhausted yet, however. Although I have failed, my end shall be on my terms. I remain loyal to my very last, come what may. I die with dignity. Wow. Killed himself for La Habrea. Are we gonna have to kill La Habrea? How did your ambition lead you so astray, Hesperos? You were better than that. Your star shone more brightly than any other in Pandaemonium. You had La Habrea's respect, his trust. What more did you seek? That you would forsake all that and sully your legacy besides. Weird. He became so blinded by his own desires that he lost sight of his duty. In the end, he lost everything, and his plans lie in tatters. I fail to see any dignity in that. Even so, I would have liked to know why he chose this path. Hesperus' infatuation with your father was his undoing. Perhaps he was jealous that fate had chosen you and not him to be La Habrea's son. So terrible did this jealousy become that he sought verboten power that La Habrea would be unable to ignore. How does a pursuit for respect warp one's heart so? How does infatuation with one person turn into contempt for everyone else? I've never heard of such a thing. Deep. It's not as uncommon as you might think. I see. I admit I cannot but find it vexing, but perhaps that signifies naught but my own capacity for bitterness. How come we're so short? I just, that Asian was normal length, normal height. Um, Perhaps that signifies naught but my own capacity for bitterness. I do understand what it is to have a beacon to follow in dark times, a person you trust to guide you true. How it is to desperately wish their light would fall upon you again. We're gonna kill him. But we have spent enough time assuming the intentions of the departed. There are the living to consider. We must find the other warders and round up the remaining creations forthwith. Of that, at least, we can be certain. I believe I can be of help in that matter. The influence of Hesperos' magic is fading throughout Asphodelos. Uh-oh. Now is the perfect opportunity to seize control of the facilities and restore things to their original state. Seize control? Can you really do that? Demas is pretty powerful for a young lad. What? What is his presence? Oh. Erchthonios, what lies beyond that threshold? Abyssos, why? Be on your guard, you two. Now that Asphodelos is free of obstruction, I can more easily sense disturbances in the lower levels. Something stirs the Abyssos. The abyss. Abyssos. The acids. The warding sigil. How? Let us return to the gates for now. I should like to apprise the situation from there. Needless to say, our investigation is far from over. What? What? Although we have defeated Hesperos, it appears we have but scratched the surface of Pandaemonium's troubles. My head is still swimming with questions, but could this mean that Hesperos wasn't actually behind this? Of course not. It is a stark possibility, yes. The root of this crisis may lie somewhere much deeper than even Abyssos. When we first encountered you, you said the memories of your escape were vague, and that your senses were muddled. I believe this was more than the result of a panicked mind. You were made to feel this way by a powerful, magical influence. It is possible that this same magic could have poisoned Hesperos' heart, twisting his affection for La Habrea into a burning obsession. Then, in his altered state, he has made an offer of power he could not refuse. We're gonna kill him. Wait, are you suggesting that someone else turned Hesperos into that thing? If so, it stands to reason that they wouldn't stop at him. Indeed, our mysterious mastermind does not lack for subjects for his experiments. For more potential Hermatheo. Oh! What you're saying is true, and my colleagues, they're doomed to share the same fate as Hesperos. Do not lose heart yet, Erchthonios. Hesperos has challenged us alone. and that tells me that the process of his creation was a long and taxing one. If he was the first Hemethios, then the rest of the warders are likely still alive. However, much as I would like to hasten deeper into Pandaemonium, the way forward is sealed off. We must focus our efforts on finding a way through. Ironic. With the creations still having free reign of Asphodelos, that won't be easy. On the contrary, I yet retain control of these circles and thus can wield intermittent magic. Intermittent magic within their walls at will. The creatures will pose no threats to us. Just like that, then nothing stopping us from returning order to Asphodelos. Just so, I shall require your expertise to keep the peace after the subjects have been returned to their confinement. However, you are Asphodelos' sole remaining warder, after all. Truth be told, I did not expect this investigation to become so involved. Of course, I would like to resolve matters here without resorting to outside help. But... you mean to send a report to La Habrea? Just too soon to say. Let us first find a way into the abyss. Os. It would be best to withhold our judgment until we have ascertained the whereabouts of the other warders and the identity of the party responsible for their disappearance. Oh my gosh, bring a reporter and she can send someone a letter. We need help. Agreed, even so, if it means saving even a single life within Pandaemonium, then I'm not above asking La Habrea for help, should it come to that. Recent discoveries certainly paint Hesperos' action in a new light. The number of unknown elements in this investigation grows, and we must proceed forward with the utmost caution. To that end, Erchthonius and I shall remain here for the time being. Much as I enjoy your company, I do not believe we shall be needing protection so long as we remain in Asphodelos. We should take this time to rest. It's only 10:50 a.m., bro. It didn't take that much time to do. What was it, like 8, 9? 2 hours tops? Maybe less than that. Surely you are wary, and there may be more battles ahead of us. Of course, it had been like midnight. Yeah. Themis' burden may grow heavier in your absence, but he's shown more than capable to bear it. Also, this is going to get harder next week, so I should spam this as much as possible. Still, I would help wheresoever I am able. All we'll achieve so far has been thanks to you two, and I mean to repay the debt I owe. I don't know what use it can be outside of placating the creatures, but I'll find a way. Nonsense. You owe us nothing. It was thanks to your knowledge of the magics which govern this place that we were able to come this far. Elsewise, we would have likely succumbed to the Hippocampus' assault. Each of us have arrived at this dire pass by separate paths, but it's only by combining our respective expertise that we will reach the end of it and see Pandaemonium saved. Thank you, Themis. Hesperos' words seem to have affected me more than I realize. Together we've come this far, and together we'll reach the end. I have no doubt we will. Even so, let Moon have her rest. I could use some breakfast. Besides, you have someone waiting to report on your progress, yes? I dare say your story will be much more than they ever imagined. Well, I have to go back to the future to tell this guy, no worries, we'll figure it out. It's really not that big of a deal to get back to him, to be honest. Apparently I have to get back to him though. Here I come, Claudian. Go ahead, Asphodelos. Does feel like the end, huh? Welcome back. Back from the past, none the worse for wear, I see. So what do you find? Let's just have a cake party for me for having going back in time. I deserve cake. Let me explain to you with my giant paws. I will return in 1.5 weeks. 2 weeks? So there is evil afoot in Pandaemonium, an already ominous place, I must say. Mythic beasts and missing warders, truly. We are fortunate to see you return to us in one piece. And to think you sent me there, in danger's way, alone. It appears the voice Moon heard from the crystal spoke the truth. As for who left it behind and why, oh yeah, the crystal. Those yet questions to be answered. It's probably my own memo. Indeed. It could be someone who lived among the ancients, or it could be someone trying to avert a tragedy from the future. Much remains shrouded in mystery. Yet ilm by ilm, we shall unveil that mystery. With the help of Moon, of course, by her actions was the fabric of the past reshaped. Yet she returns to the same present she left us. Which can only mean one thing, that her intervention in Pandaemonium's crisis is but one of the countless building blocks of history upon which our present has been built. We must secure our past in the present so that our present is good like it is right now. Since I already obviously did this, I need to go back and do it again. There is no telling what consequence would arise if we stop pursuing this matter now. Whatever plot is unraveling from within Pandaemonium, we must not let it reach its conclusion. If one of those creatures should escape, what ripples would carry forth to the future? It might wreak havoc upon the world of the ancients, and their despair would leave an indelible mark upon history's pages. That despair would only feed the terrible beasts that arose during the final days. The first final days already had a drastic effect on the eons that followed. If the scars it left are made even deeper, then we risk losing our present entirely. Deep, guys. Whatever the cost, our connection with the future of Elpis must be preserved. I know I've asked much of you already, but can I count on you to continue your work in Pandaemonium? Yeah, you can. Your tireless efforts are much appreciated. If there is aught we can do to ease your burden, you need only say the word. Cake. Speaking of which, might you return to the crystal into our keeping? Might you return the crystal into our keeping? No, this is mine now. While we cannot accompany you to the past, perhaps something can be gained by researching it further. I use it to teleport. Well, not really, but it helps. No, this is mine. Also, where is my cake? Didn't we just make a big deal about not celebrating? Oh, you went there. Ah, it shines just as splendidly as the day we met. We shall begin work right away, but I cannot promise any meaningful results for some time. Is it... Bro. Eric? It's Eric's memories, isn't it? Eric effed up. And now he's in a crystal. We shall begin work right away, but I cannot promise any meaningful results for some time. You have 2 weeks. And as matters in Elpa seem to be in a similar state, I must ask that you rest. But before that, allow me to make an introduction. Now, as our research moves into its critical stage, I found it only suitable to recruit another assistant. She's hiding in the back. That would so be me. Melanie is an expert in armaments from throughout history, be they from far-flung past or made in the most modern forges. Should you find aught of interest in your adventures, bring it here and she will be glad to offer her services. We know researchers in numerous fields that would love to get their hands on artifacts from bygone eras and would give you goods in return that should aid you in your trials ahead. I already went to Razatan. Furthermore, if you ever wish to peruse the records of events you have reported here, Nemjiji has been taking faithful and thorough notes. She is at your complete disposal. My apologies, I didn't know you were a girl. I should know better. I sense that we have embarked upon something monumental, something that will dwarf all else I have accomplished in my many years of research, but not... I just sort of, what's it? Frick, I double-clicked. We shall not rest until we have unlocked the mysteries of this crystal, and you will be the first when we do. I bet I don't have room in my bag. Oh, it's gonna kick me out. Maybe I made room for just enough. Woo! One slot. One slot! Cooler than being cool. Doesn't come from him. And that's that. That's the end of Pandaemonium. Now we just need hard mode. Goodbye, old headpiece. I wore you for a day. Good times to had. Oh wait, where's Millennium? Ooh, look at fat body. Millennium. Look, you made me go all the way to Raza stand, and I just had to come here. Here, where's the earring? 580 versus 580. Vitality is the same. Mind is the same. But I get crit. And I half my determination. That's a lot of determination, a lot of piety. It's a lot of crit. And here, 7 of these will get you 1 tombstone, which will get you your... What? Has to be higher than this, right? 585 weapon? Now to farm. Here we go. Let's put my hat back on because this is awkward looking. There we go. I'm gonna go farm those shoes. Oh my gosh, I gotta dye my head again. Oh my gosh. I don't have the dye anymore. Alright, I'm gonna go buy dye. That's what I'm doing with my life.